What is going on, Q2C? We are here at GDC in San Francisco, and we're checking out Pixel Ripped 1978 with the developers from Arvore, and that's Arvore and Ricardo Justice. How you guys doing?
Great.
Are you absolutely loving showing this game off?
Yes, exciting.
So
Super exciting.
Pixel Ripped 1978. This is the Atari edition of Pixel Ripped.
Yes. I think we have been working in this game for so long. And it's so long I want to share, and I'm so excited to finally be able to share this game. We worked so many cool things, new things we did in the franchise, new mechanics. We tried to innovate, make a different episode, and then much bigger than the previous episodes. And now with Atari, it's a dream come true. It was our first console. So me and Ricardo, we grew up, and this was the first memory we have as a gamers, was playing Atari. So it is exciting. It's a big deal for us. And yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It's also really cool to see you guys.
It's so exciting that you said this is your first experience of playing video games was on an Atari, because, you know, I'm an older generation of gamer, and my first experience was on an Atari 2600. So for you to say that as a little bit of a younger person than me is exciting for me.
Let me tell you something. In Brazil, we are a little bit backward. But like my first memory, I was telling, like, the first memory I have as a person was my father arriving at the house with this thing that would control the television, and all my brothers like, oh my God, what's this? And everyone was in the living room waiting for, because this thing would control the TV, and it was such a big deal. And this is the first memory I have, because it was such a big event in the house that I can't forget. It's like, I think I was like 4. But back in the 80s, you would still have Atari for a long time. Even the Nintendo wasn't released like until later.
Yeah.
We have like...
Yeah, NES was 84, right? We were born in 83. So I was very much a Nintendo kid, like when I was a little older, but my very first console that I remember playing was an Atari. So
yeah, it's amazing. And the demo that we were just able to do is as soon as you get in there, you feel that nostalgic pull towards that Atari era that just is like no other. The music, the sound effects, you really feel like you're playing a game on the Atari system.
The screen.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You know, how did this all come about with Atari and Arvore, and how long has this been in the making?
So I kind of met them. You guys should tell the story.
Yeah, it was very serendipitous. It was very, like, it just happened. We actually started development in this game like 2 years ago now. So we've been working on it for 2 years. So last year, the game was already in development for quite some time. We were planning on doing the same that we always did, which is pay homage to the classic games, but just with our own invented references. Yeah, like we had a fake company, we had a fake we were obviously it was Atari, but it was just referencing it. And then I was at the DICE Awards, because Yuki, our latest game, was nominated, right?
Yuki.
Yeah, we didn't win, but it was great. And I was there, and I sat down at a table to eat lunch, and then suddenly like 4 people sat on the same table with Atari shirts. And I'm like, are you from Atari? And it was Ray Rosen, the CEO of Atari. And he was like, yeah. And then I started talking to him. I showed him what we were actually originally planning to release this much sooner. It was going to be a smaller game than what we're doing now. And I showed him the teaser that we were about to. We were a couple weeks later. We were going to release a teaser, and this was February 2022. And I showed them the teaser, and Wade was like, wow, that's amazing. And my intention was talking to them about licensing the IP. And I asked them that, and they were like, no, not license the IP. We want to publish the game.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like, let's talk about that. Wow. And then I called Anna, and she was like, yeah. And then the conversation evolved from there, and it just happened.
We did a call. No one knows about that. I hope no one's seen it. But the call we did with Atari, and Wade was like, yeah, we're gonna invest. And then we say goodbye, and the call was like, goodbye. Turn it off the meeting. I turned around.
Out?
Yes!
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, great. I hope I turned it off. Imagine if I didn't. They just saw me like, I freak out. I was like, what?
It was great, and then the conversation just evolved from there, and it became like such a great partnership, because not only they invested in the game, they're publishing it, but also like they give access to all this IP, the consoles, the history. They gave us a lot of like historical background, a lot of cool like details. They showed us like what a in production cartridge looks like. It's
How
in
the
game.
office looks.
Like how the office looked like, because all of the game takes place in the office.
Right.
And on top of that, they gave us a lot of freedom as well, because normally when you work with existing IP, they're like, no, you can't. This color, no. They gave us. They understood that we were doing our pixel ripped twist of like.
And we had the game like.
Yeah, in this world, pixel ripped was an Atari game, right? So, and so it's probably like. We changed a lot of the history, but we referenced that era with a lot of passion and used the IP and all that. And they were glad. And one point that we were worried about was because
We talk about the crash.
in the storyline we were developing, the crash of Atari, was a big plot point.
And
right?
we had the game at that time, like we had the game.
Yeah,
structured
the
up.
structure was there, and a big, I won't spoil it, but a big plot point is the crash. We were like, can we talk about the crash? And they were like, yeah, they owned it. It's history.
The first thing we were.
This is super exciting on so many levels. I mean, Atari back in doing gaming, Atari doing a VR video game.
Yes.
This is special. Like, we don't know what this will turn into. I don't know if Atari will do anything else, but just the fact that they are doing a VR game, you know, and if it's extremely popular, hopefully we'll see more from Atari.
Yeah, I was super happy to learn that they were coming back to publishing and doing video games and all that, and but I don't think VR was even part of their original plans for this.
Yeah.
But when they saw Pixar, it was such a good fit that this just happened, right? It was a
We
perfect
thought
fit.
like, what you guys, there's a hotels and a beat, and they're going through like just Bitcoin stuff like that. What is going on? and now with what we know, and we noticed that they're back into games.
Yeah, they're back into games. They're back into publishing and.
They like new restructuring the company, it's an honor to be the first VR game that they are publishing and.
Yeah.
And
You guys could be responsible for the return of the
it is exciting.
or the entering of Atari into VR. Which
Yeah,
would be amazing.
we're super happy
We're
about
super
that.
excited
Yeah.
for Atari, for the game. It's an honor to be the first. So I assume they are into gaming strong now. But they are pushing and getting back to games, this is what they are meant for. Right?
I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited for them, and I hope that we can help them getting back to VR and games and more games in the future.
Absolutely. And exciting times for Arvore as well, because you're here in a couple of different levels, because I just came from an HTC demo yesterday where we were able to check out YouTube MR, which is amazing. Congratulations on that as well.
Yeah, we've been the company. We've been exploring MR for the past few months, and really interested in maybe doing future projects with like MR aspects to them. I don't have anything to announce on that.
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah.
Come on, give us something.
No, I don't have anything to announce. But we are investigating MR for some of our future titles and stuff like that. Yeah,
Exciting.
But right now we're focused on this and launching the game. It's coming out soon. We're not announcing the specific release date yet, but
this year, hopefully.
Yeah, it is this year.
Nice. Okay.
It's soon. We're already in our beta phase.
Do we have platforms?
Oh yeah, it's
PlayStation VR, Quest, Steam VR, all the mini headsets.
Yeah, so we can say that we just did the demo on the PlayStation VR 2,
Yes.
and that was truly amazing.
Yeah.
I've been smiling. I can't get the smile off my face.
And I can also.
It means a lot, man.
I don't think we
you.
revealed this yet, but we can say also that we are working on bringing Pixel 95 to PSVR 2 as well.
Nice, that's great. Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's
there's a
also
lot of
work
people
right
on that
now.
platform that have been wanting sort of games for a long time that that only stay in the Sony system. So it's nice that they'll.
Yeah, there's a team dedicated.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're not going to announce also when, but we're working on that as well.
And the company grew a lot. Like this was the biggest game we done, Pixel 78.
Wow,
but
nice.
while we're doing, and we had 20 people in the team now. But while we were building this game, there was other Pixel games going on. It was the first time we had so many others.
Yeah, we
released
did.
The Hollow Ride,
Right.
Pixel Rip 1995 on the road, which was
Yeah.
it was like the first time I had to like choose. And I can direct both, and it was a hard time for me because I always like we had to talk about how it's gonna do, and we had this amazing art designer who's now a director, and he directed the other game, Edward, and it was like amazing, and it was the first Pixel game that I couldn't be directing, so I was kind of just like looking at
Yeah.
it and then
Supervising.
following us,
So you had to step back
supervising.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But I had to focus
Yeah,
on
'cause she was focused on
1978 because
78,
it's
right.
just so big. It's the biggest game we've done. Like
Yeah.
from 5, we're calculating, depending on the play, around 5-8 hours. The other Pixar games were like around 3-4 hours, so
Wow.
3 hours the other games. And this one, we are now given the freedom to walk around and explore the world and have a first-person combat, and so it's another game.
Yeah.
In a game that already had so many layers, we're like crazy. So
Yeah.
we've been in this big game, the platform game, the dimensions, the boss battles, and also now we have this other dimension that players go inside,
Yeah.
which
So
is super exciting. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, something that we wanted from the start was like, because this is like, I would say like 95 was maybe like an improvement on the formula of 89, but now this is the third game, so we wanted to do something different, but also still keep true to the roots of Pixel, right? And one thing that Anna always wanted to do since the last game was have people walk around in the video game world. That's
Right.
something
Not just seated down.
but something
Oh, yeah.
fans always wanted us to do, like, because you would like go in first person as Dot, but it was always just cutscenes in the previous games. So we created a whole segment of this game is you walking around inside the video game world and interacting, and that's part of the gameplay very
It was
strong.
a long team. The team wanted for so long. The team
Yeah.
in 1995, we had to cut this feature out because it was too ambitious, and the game was already too big in 1995. So we kind of had to cut this out, and we had that frustration, like, oh, okay, we had to cut out, and I feel like it was actually good because it was such a good feature. And such a big feature that could be a whole game. So when we released 1995, we had a lot of comments of people like, oh, I love being Dotty first person. Why could I walk around? I wish I could walk around, talk to NPCs, and combat, and be Dotty first person. And then we were like, we need to make this now. When 1978 started, we're like, this needs to be the main thing in this game. This is gonna happen. So it was the first mechanic we put it. This is the first thing we're gonna make people play, and so go around and you can be Dot. Yeah, use Dot powers.
It feels very cool in the demo. It's really amazing. It's cool to see you go backwards too, and you went from, from 95 all the way now back to 78. So it's kind of like cool to see the go backwards and do a little bit different. But where do we go from
Break
here?
the expectations, huh?
Yeah, is
Everyone was
anything left?
expecting we keep going forward
I
to
know.
thousands, so who knows? And we actually hid in 1995, the year of this game.
Oh, no
So
way.
it was already
There was an
planned
Easter
a
egg.
long
Like a little
time
Easter
ago.
Yeah.
Only like a couple, like 3 or 4 people found the Easter egg and actually understood what they were, because the numbers were like out of order.
Yeah.
You had to find them in the right order to make sense of them. You found a 1 in one level, 9, 7, 8, because we were already planning this since then.
Yeah, so many people may think, oh, they released with Atari, that's why they went backwards. No,
Yeah, we had already.
it was
planned.
always the plan. It
Yeah,
was
because we
always-
could not reference the genesis
Sure.
of the whole video game era, right?
It's the only episode in the series that we kind of show the origins of the series, how Pixel World was created. So it needs to be with Atari, Pong, all that good stuff. So it is exciting for us to finally doing this episode. Like he knows like how much I want to do this episode. It was supposed to be the first level of the game. When I first visioned Pixel Rift, it was not so ambitious. I wanted to make just 5 levels, 1 each year. It was one game.
Right.
My teacher was like, this is too much. Make a vertical slice. But when he said, make a vertical slice and do the level 3, which was 1989, it became the first episode. I had already done the first level, which was the Atari, this is a long time, 2013, 10 years ago.
Oh wow.
So I had this was the first level in the game, I built it a long time ago. And I had the Atari, I had all that stuff, and I was so excited. And then I had to go and do a vertical slice of level 3, which was 1989. And then, now finally we got back to that.
You've come full circle.
Oh my God, there's two.
And where we're going next,
So long.
we're not announcing yet, but we do want to make more.
Continue,
So, yeah.
yes.
So the
Good to
series with this plan, there are more episodes planned,
Yeah, we always said that
Yeah.
at least 5 episodes
Yeah.
are planned.
Oh, wow.
So
but we're not going to
not
announce it.
saying by year yet. No.
Keep something. You got to keep something
Yeah.
for next show.
Yeah, the game is becoming now a retro game itself because it's getting too old.
It's a VR classic already.
Already. Anna, Ricardo, thank you so much for talking to us today. This was exciting. This was the most exciting thing I think I've seen at GDC so far, and
Oh, awesome.
I'll be
Yes.
smiling for the rest of the day, I promise.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for
much.
trying it. I can't wait for people to try it too.
100%.
Yes, this is everything we want to hear. Thank you so much.
Yeah.